So it's time for another real world review. This time we're going to look at the Simmer Enduro sail from Simmerstyle. This is the 2020 model. So I've used this sail a couple of times now. This is at Hamworthy Park in Poole, which is a nice alternative to the normal locations at Whitley Lake, also in Poole at Sandbanks. But also I've used it on the sea in slightly more choppy conditions. This sail is described by Simmer as their four-wheel drive crossover sail, and so it's going to be a plug-and-play sail for a lot of sailors who, like me, in the mid-size sails between say 5.5 and 6.5, are not looking for an out-and-out blasting sail, but equally are not looking for something maybe purely designed for the waves. So a bit like the duotone Superstar sail we tested recently, it's a similar kind of remit for this sail. And having used it now a few times, I do find that it fulfills that really well. I think it's worth adding that the Enduro range of sails is price pointed and as such represents really good value at between £550 and £600, often cheaper than the dedicated sails. The magazines often describe these sorts of sails as plug and play, in the sense that you rig them up in a fairly straightforward way quickly, and if you use the basic settings and have got the right kind of mast and so on, they really are easy to use, so you can be on the water in a minimum amount of time. The softness of this style of rig means that if you come across bigger pieces of chop than normal, they really do absorb it pretty well as the top of the sail spills away. When it comes to flat out speed, I'm not really geared up for that. I have a free ride board and these style of free ride sails, but I do find in a choppy water like this you can keep up reasonably well with those really fast guys. They're definitely 2 or 3 knots faster, but considering the expense and complexity of their gear and the difficulty of jibing, I'd far rather stick to the sort of gear I'm using here. So using the sail on the sea now at Sandbanks, and in actual fact the water state is probably smoother than actually in the harbour, which is often the case, so I always try and encourage people to sail on the sea. You can see a nice powerful profile in this sail. So here we are at Sandbanks again, just showing you how easy it is to handle this sail. Very light in the hands, just gradually hook in, wait for little puffs of wind, look upwind. As you feel the puffs arrive, just gently pump, hooked in, wait for the board to accelerate, and I found the handling and the general power of the sail perfectly adequate for what I'd expect. What I also am aware of is that the sail can also be used for foiling, and I have a new foil board arriving shortly, and I'm expecting it to be pretty useful for that too, so watch out for that test coming soon.